Hey guys, it's Linda with No Frills ASMR. I don't have a proper mic, so we'll see how this goes. I have been gardening at my dad's farm, and we dug all this up, and I've put little red ribbons on the tomato cages to look like birds, to scare animals away, but also just to make them easier to spot. My dad has some vision problems, and I've planted, well, and right now I'm experimenting with cutting up this cardboard, and I was kind of burying it a little bit along the walkway here to try to keep the weeds at bay. But I don't know if that'll work. It's experimenting. I couldn't just set it on there because it'll blow away, I think. But anyway, here's a tomato and another tomato and basil. And I've kind of marked them all with flags so he won't accidentally run them over with his lawnmower. I have put, this dust is fire ant dust. There's a big fire ant mound here. He has suddenly started having fire ant mounds pop up around the garden or all over the property. In fact, I put this out yesterday and now I can see they've started making a mound here. My uncle said to pour gasoline on it, and I'm about ready to pour gasoline and then light them on fire because I hate them. Anyway, so here's another tomato and another tomato. And I don't know if you can tell, they're in like these green, oops, that's messing up my camera, isn't it? Anyway, I put these cages around those. And there's a tomato, tomato, tomato. They're all different kinds of tomatoes. And then right here I've buried cardboard all under there to keep the pathway clear. I tried to make them wide enough so he could run his mower up and down. The problem with Tennessee is you get really nasty weeds. The other problem with Tennessee, they don't call it Rocky Top for nothing. It was very difficult turning all this soil, even though he's gardened in the same area for probably 20 years, you still find giant boulder rocks, like big. I don't know. So I think, let's see, that's a tomato, that's oregano, and I put the oregano there because there were some ants and I didn't want to have a tomato, and I don't think he really is interested in oregano, but I had it, so I put it there. Tomato, tomato, and now we're running, I was digging out every tomato cage I could find to try to at least mark where they are so he doesn't get confused about what plant is what. So these are tomatoes. I put 2 there. Let's see. Yeah, I think these are all still tomatoes. And then over here is where the peppers. So let's see, this is a, what does that say? Red bell pepper. And in that little cage, I tried putting newspaper all underneath and then a little dirt, and that's a jalapeno. So I'm hoping that might help keep the, see the newspaper? Keep the weeds out. Although, I can see what is happening. That's just, all right. And then this is another pepper. That's a green bell pepper. And this one, I hope this doesn't make you dizzy. That's like an orange bell, which surprised me. I've never gardened before. I don't know anything. I thought they just changed colors as they ripened. I didn't know there were like different types. And then these are some beans he started inside. I think they're beans. If anybody knows, I think they're beans. He had started them inside but couldn't remember what he planted. So I think they're beans. or peas or something. So I put them with these to grow up. We'll see how that goes. And then here I planted a row of radishes. It's a little late for radish, I think, but I don't know, maybe it's cool enough this weekend. Hopefully, we'll see. I mean, you know, whatever. I left a big space in between. And here is more peppers, because we have the seeds sitting there. And then here, I planted some kind of string beans. And I built this little, I don't know if that'll stay standing. I'll probably have to put a tripod. It's fairly sturdy, I don't know. But that's for the beans. And Dad has gotten out his barbed wire because he wants to surround the garden in that. But I think the only creatures that it's the groundhog, and they come for the corn, and we didn't plant corn. So maybe I can talk him out of it because I think that could be kind of dangerous. Over here, these are awesome over here. He has really good blueberry bushes. So these are all blueberry bushes over here. And some of them are newer, and they don't look perfect because, you know, whatever. But they're doing really good. Should probably trim the tops because they're getting too tall. But all these will turn into blueberries. In fact, look at that, they're already. So he gets tons of blueberries, which is super nice because he eats them every day for his memory. If you're worried about dementia, blueberries are supposed to be very good. So you can see he has lots of blueberries. He used to have a peach tree, but it died. I'll show you something else we planted over here. I hope this doesn't make you dizzy. He mows all this grass. He had a John Deere, but it kept having problems, and it's just too hard to fix. Once, you know, my dad was an engineer, so he knows how, but with the memory problems, he's had some trouble, you know, fixing those kind of things. So we bought a Greenworks riding mower and a Greenworks hand mower. Those things are great, and they don't have the same kind of motors, so there are no belts or anything, so it's a lot easier. You know, you just put the batteries in and turn it on. So we really like that. So right here he planted, what did he plant? Let's see. Oh, he planted this Velvet Queen sunflower. He was trying to do a whole wildflower garden over here, but it's hard out here because to keep the weeds out. He has these things growing right here. I think it's a big weed. But he is not sure, so I didn't pull them out. So he planted sunflowers there and there. Now I think these, I don't know anything about plants. There's this thing, that's probably a weed. I don't know. But I think that these are actually something that'll be pretty. I could be wrong. I think, oops, that right there, I think it gets a flower. If anybody knows. Oh, well, let's look right here. It looks like something. No, I thought there was a flower. Oh, I don't think so. So, yeah, he was hoping for a wildflower garden, but I'll tell you, I have tried in my yard. You know, they have those bags of wildflowers, and they come with like a pink, I don't know what, and it claims that you just lay them down and water them. I've done that so many times, and they never grow. I don't know why. So there's this little creek, which is nice, very pleasant. And then years ago, he had a small bridge, and it washed away when there was a flood. So my husband and him built this bridge, but now it's kind of, we have to rebuild it a little bit. It's squishing down a little bit, but that's a project for another day. I like to come out here and just listen. It's very pleasant. I'll show you the one other. There's some more flowers up front, but I'll show you the ones that are further up here. This is mint growing in here. It smells awesome. I find that the most soothing, relaxing thing, just water running over rocks. Okay, I'm going to show you down here past the garden. So he does a pretty good job. I want to kind of show you there's a bunch of property over here. He mows all this all the time, which is great because he loves being outside and he's just a person who has to work all the time. And I'd hate for him to ever not be able to come to the farm and work. This part of the garden I haven't even planted. I don't know. I might put onions. Onions. Some cars going by. Yeah, I hate for him to not be able to be over here because he doesn't live here. This is just like a little piece of land that he farms. But it brings him a lot of joy. And if he doesn't work hard, he has too much energy. Okay, these are real pretty. Look at these. This apparently, I think, is the Tennessee state flower. And he has them growing kind of all around his farm. Aren't they beautiful? I picked a bunch from my mom the other day. I need these at my house because I bet the bees, which I haven't caught a swarm yet. At home, my son's trying to catch a swarm of bees right now for our beekeeping experiment, which there's a video about it if you're curious. But isn't that beautiful? And it's right by the water. And right across the way by these two trees, there's a groundhog who my dad, hates because he gets in his garden, but my uncle loves, so he feeds him carrots. And so they both hang out here, and one's loving the groundhog and one wants to kill him. It's kind of funny. I think really my dad likes him too. He just doesn't like him eating his corn. So that's, kind of the property. Like I said, it's not really a farm. It kind of is. We call it the farm. But when he was younger, the garden, which is right there, it extended all the way to here. You can kind of see the outline. That's how big it used to be. And he had corn and peas and radish, and he had fruit. He had apple trees, peach trees, blueberries. So it was a working organic farm. He didn't sell anything. It was just for him and my mom. And then he takes all the extra to church and to friends. But it's a little smaller now. But hopefully this year we'll still get a crop. Listen to that right there. Like right into some sticks. Yesterday a little doggy showed up. I wanted to keep it. I think it must have been our neighbor's dog. I'm hoping he'll show up today. I'd tell you what kind he is, but even after looking at the dog breed book, I couldn't tell. He was like short-legged, but kind of a big face, but not like a dog face, like a long nose face. I don't know. But he was cute. Maybe a healer? Is that a dog? Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this a little too. I don't know how the sound quality will be. There isn't much else going on here. Birdies. Alright, guys. I didn't want to show you my hands because they're so covered in dirt and mud. That's what you get working on the farm. Alright, well, I'll show you one more. Let's see. Big ant mound. Let me see where it went. I totally covered it in fire ant dust yesterday. Fire ants, if you're not familiar, they're the worst. If you step on one and they decide to go after you, they like run up your leg all at once. And they wait until they're all up on you, and then they bite you all at once. And it burns. So that's a pretty big fire ant mound right there. Let's see if there are any ants. Man, I think that dust worked. I don't see them. Problem is it rained after I put it down. And really, you're supposed to leave it dry. That's great. Yesterday there were ants all over this thing. I don't see any. That'd be good. They don't really go after me so much. I haven't really had a problem. But they bite my mom like crazy, so she won't even come, like, pick stuff because she gets bit so bad by them. I don't know why certain bugs like certain people. Like my husband will get eaten by mosquitoes, but they don't really bother me. Alright guys, yeah. I'll see you later. This is what I've been up to. Plus a lot of other, we've had a lot going on. So I might not be able to make as many videos until maybe June, and then I'll get back to it. But I'll try to.